This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, 6:53 is your time. Let's get you up to speed with everything you need to know for your Friday and your weekend here in the Morning Sprint.
Allison Martinez filling in for Mark, talking about a very hot weekend ahead of us.
But first, 4 News Now has obtained Spokane City Manager Johnny Perkins' resignation letter amid allegations of misconduct. Let's get to Sydney Charles with the details.
This morning, we're getting a look at the resignation letter from Johnny Perkins sent to Mayor Nadine Woodward. We obtained through his attorney. The letter says in part, "Dear Mayor Woodward, I have been suffering from health issues, including a recently diagnosed heart condition that forced me to relinquish my duties as Spokane City Administrator. Some staff members have accused Perkins of sexual harassment. The city placed Perkins on leave in June when employees came forward with concerns. Mayor Woodward says she told city employees about the resignation and that a consultation with outside legal counsel is now closed. The mayor says she plans to address this issue further today."
A 51-year-old man from Quincy is in jail for allegedly cutting his wife's throat. It happened at an ice cream shop in Soap Lake. When first responders arrived on scene, they found the woman bleeding on the sidewalk. She told police her husband, Samuel Montoya, cut her with a knife. She was airlifted to the hospital. We don't know her condition at this hour. Montoya eventually turned himself in. He faces a first-degree attempted murder charge.
The Spokane Police Department says it's finished testing its backlog of sexual assault kits. Of the more than 1,300 kits that were tested, there were 297 matches and 5 suspects identified. SPD says some of those matches identified consensual partners with the victims, and in many of the cases, the identity of the offender was initially known by the victims. SPD will continue to evaluate lab results and review cases for possible further criminal investigation.
We do have a heat advisory in place all weekend. You're going to want to keep an eye on this from Wenatchee down through Moses Lake, Tri-Cities, over through Pomeroy, Lewiston, Orofino. Those are the regions where you need to be careful as you head into this weekend. This advisory is in place because we have temperatures that will be in the 95 degree to 105 degree range for several hours each day of this weekend. Make sure you stay inside, and we want to avoid all risk of those heat-related illnesses.
If you use South Freya as part of your commute, you're going to have to wait a little while longer for that road to open up. Crews repairing the water main break found 2 additional breaks yesterday morning. So if you look at the area marked in red here, those 5 blocks of Freya between 12th and 17th Avenues have been shut down since Wednesday morning while crews work on the project. Drivers looking for an alternate route should use Ray or Thor.
All right, the Department of Transportation says it will go with community recommendations when it comes to connecting the North Spokane corridor to I-90 in East Spokane. The route will go right through where Camp Hope was, just west of the Thor-Freya couplet. The DOT says 66% of respondents to their survey preferred this option. Construction is scheduled to start in 2026 and will take about 4 years.
The Idaho Transportation Department wants to know what you think of traffic in Kootenai County. It wants to build a traffic management center that would help with bottlenecks, traffic times, and information you need to keep traffic flowing smoothly. The department says growth is straining the infrastructure and is expected to only get worse in the coming years. For now, they are hoping you will fill out a survey online. We have a link to it on KXLY.com. Just look for this story.
All right, take a look inside the Jefferson building downtown. It's been sitting empty for years, but now a local real estate agency is listing it. It's the building near First and Jefferson on the west end of downtown, and it's already sparking interest from some potential buyers. The Jefferson and Norman buildings in downtown Spokane were built in the early 1900s during a time when the city was rapidly growing. And with all the growth the area is seeing, NAI Black, a local real estate agency, hopes renovating these buildings will boost the economy. You can read more about the building right now on KXLY.com.
By early next year, Avista customers will heat their homes with natural gas from a landfill in Utah. This is video from Pine Creek RNG showing the Bayview landfill project being built in Alberta, Utah. Once it's complete, it'll collect renewable natural gas from organic waste that would otherwise be released. The facility is scheduled to go online in early 2024. Avista says buying the natural gas from Pine Creek RNG will help the company reduce its gas emissions 30% by 2030. We'll be back with the final check of weather with Allison Martinez right after this on this Friday morning.